For New Yorkers living in deeply blue districts, it can be hard to feel like you're able to make a difference with your vote. That's why some Democrats put their energy into flipping seats elsewhere, more competitive races out of state. There's one group known as the Sister District Project, which has arranged for dozens of Democrats from here in the city to travel to Pennsylvania. They're pitching in as campaign volunteers for Pennsylvania Democrats, canvassing door to door, making phone calls, holding fundraisers in Pennsylvania. One of the people working on that is Shoshanna Hecht from the east side of Manhattan. She joins me now via Skype, having spent the weekend volunteering in the suburbs outside of Philadelphia. Shoshanna, it takes some dedication to go this far out of your way to campaign.
It does. You're right, Pat. What can I say? I'm a Democrat, and after the election of Donald Trump, I felt really compelled to get involved and do something, and there wasn't that much to do in New York in 2017, so I quickly found Sister District and their harnessing of energy in blue areas like New York City to do work in races elsewhere.
So here's what you've been focusing on. Two Democratic candidates, Tina Davis, a member of the Pennsylvania House of Representatives running to keep her seat, while also running for state senate against Robert Tomlinson, a Republican who's been there for a long time. You've been working for Liz Hanbridge, who is trying to unseat Catherine Harper, a longtime Republican in the Pennsylvania House of Representatives. What did these two races do to bring you in?
Actually, Sister District Project itself picks the races. They have a whole strategy for picking flippable, winnable, or holdable state races to make, and that's their entire focus, is races at the state level to make inroads in deeply gerrymandered states so that progressive legislation can be enacted at the state level.
So I'm curious how the conversation goes, because if I travel around the country, if you meet somebody who is a hardcore Republican, there's almost nothing that the New Yorker can say that's going to change their mind. Do you feel like you make progress, or is it like everything else in U.S. politics where there's one side and another side and not enough in the middle?
There are a lot of divided people, that is for sure. I've had some amazing conversations last year in Virginia, this year in Pennsylvania. People really upset about the way things are. It's making them change long-held party affiliations and voting different ways. We've had some just really incredible conversations. But it's true. People are very divided across party lines and pretty upset about it.
Do you find yourself shouting "you're wrong" at people sometimes?
Never. Never.
I mean, take me through the. Are you confronting voters? Are you going to Republican events? Or are these people who have opted into a conversation with you?
So this weekend is Get Out the Vote. We're really talking to voters about getting out the vote and exercising that right. In Pennsylvania, there's no early voting, and so showing up on the day of is really important. And so we're knocking doors, encouraging people, making sure they know where to go. But these campaigns are professional operations. Like, they know what they're doing at the state level, just like they're working with the bigger parties. And so the lists are really targeted, and they were never put in unsafe situations. You're going to have conversations with people who don't share your views, and you move on. The point is not to get into a fight. The point is to try and engage people in issues about what's going on and what's important to them. At this point, we're really focused on getting out the vote.
Do you hear things back the other way that cause you to pause and say, okay, I can understand your perspective on that?
I have to tell you that one of the best things about getting involved in Sister District and leaving New York, even though there's so many worthy races this cycle in New York, is getting out of the bubble and hearing different views and a range of opinions. It's incredibly valuable. So I hear things all the time that give me pause, and I also have my views.
As a lot of New Yorkers do. Good to have you with us, Shoshanna. Thanks for taking some time from the campaign in Pennsylvania for us. When we come back, more on the election tomorrow. Political director Bob Hart will join me. We will go through the tight